The game was too powerful. The game was absolutely too powerful. It's going to be one of those nights, folks. God damn it. We are going to ping the Discord so many times if this keeps happening. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, we're back. Don't panic, LeChance. Don't panic. Don't panic. Valentine's here with you. You're going to be okay. No panicking.
No panicking.
Don't worry. Looking at these damage charts, by the way, massive from the top lane. Yone and Kled, top in the charts. It's like not even really close. Oh my god. That was such a fun fucking game. Holy shit. We've got maybe 2 more.
So exciting.
Maybe 1 more. We'll see. Little Robot Man, what's up? Sammy, you know we need a producer. It's not just me. Granted, I'm the worst of them, for sure. But yes, we do need producers. For absolutely. Oh my god, my heart can't take it. I'm filled with caffeine. Oh
yeah.
God damn. Valentine, can you even pick a favorite moment? Talk to me. What do you think?
There are a lot of good ones. The fight, that first Rift Herald fight, the first Dragon fight were both really good. Both of those fights just floored me for sure. The other fight around mid where we saw Spooky Man come in and clean it up super nicely and made it an even fight. It wasn't even like a clean, it was an even fight, 3 for 3. Just so many, and individual moments were so good. We saw, well, individual, quote unquote, right? We saw amazing flanks that come from Cryptid and Detective Purple. I think Kaiji had a lot of moments where he was just, I think something I mentioned before, this is such a safe player that's ready to kind of handle things. Handle the engages. I think there were very, very few moments in the entirety of that game 1 where it was Kaiji getting caught out. It was Buggle and Kled doing their damnedest to get on top of that Xayah and shut him down.
Yes.
And I think that is that is going to be such an amazing part of this series if it continues like this. I'm super excited.
Oh, likewise, friend. Really quickly gonna say thanks to some new friends, Bangaram and Troma15. Thank you guys so much for being the newest investors in the low-budget LCS. We especially appreciate that investment because minutes after you followed us, our stream crashed. Get ready for more fun things like that if you follow along with the LBLCS. They are drafting. I'm gonna leave you to talk about this while I do the many back-of-house stream things.
I am very interested to see what kind of adaptations come out as I do a little sneaky and open Google Chrome so I can see certain things on the draft that my browser does not let me see. There we go. I've done it. It's done. I'm going to be very interested. Basically same bands, except Silent Assassins say, get Jarvan, get Zyra out of here. I am very interested to see if Stop Drox and Roll immediately opts into the Xerath support at that point for Plead the Fifth. But you know, now I'm super interested to see. Stop Drox and Roll said there was nothing from that game that got us, and they said the Orianna is what they wanted to capitalize on. It's a safe pick mid, and I'm really interested to see what Silent Assassins will do to try and punish it. They had the opportunity to counterpick it last game. They decided on the Lissandra, which didn't dominate in lane, but kind of matched it in team fights. And it seems like Silent Assassins are going to go back to the Vi. And I'm super, super, super excited to see how that goes. Yep, Vi Lissandra, just lock it in, single target, blow someone up, that someone being Orianna. I'm interested to see how the Mighty Fool will play around it. We saw some excellent defensive plays out of him, but I think it'll really be interesting to see how Drox responds. And I do think the chatters have a great point. You know, it's a little surprising not to see the top laners catch bans, but there it is. Plead the Fifth, Xerath support. It's arrived. This has been touted, and I do think Xerath is a very good champion right now. So it's a perfect storm. I'm interested to see what Bigfoot's going to pair with it, because there are plenty of poke ADCs that want to dominate on lane, and Caitlyn is for sure one of them. Caitlyn Xerath, I'm interested to see what Silent Assassins are going to pick, because they can only pick one bot laner. The other ones are probably going to get banned away. And it seems like the top laners are going to get their choices of counter picks once again. And that'll be really, really interesting. And it's
Another friend.
I will defer to chat. How do we feel about Sivir into such heavy poke? Does the spell shield have value, or is it more so going for the range and going for that safety, as the Kled and the Urgot are both banned? Yeah, Silent Assassins do not want to see the Kled counter come out.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back. Tonic 136, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. We are so happy to have you here on this wild night of games. Mm-hmm. I heard you talking about the Xerath. Here's my thought process about the Xerath. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I see this full. But I've got some thoughts about this. I'm curious about the variation, right? Game 2, always about variation.
We've seen a lot of repeats too, right?
Yes.
We've seen the Violet been repeated, the Orianna's repeated, and I think the Xerath is similar to the Zyra, where you're looking for a poke character, but I think they kind of are on different sides of the spectrum. Xerath is super fine with letting his team go wild while he flings spells at them from the backline, but the Melio, extra range, has the ability to combat in lane, but it's also quite safe, has the disengage. But I'm interested to see. Drox and Roll have picked essentially 3 poke champs. I want to see what they pick for the top jungle to round it out, because I feel like it could define what we're looking at this game.
Right. Because that has traditionally been their whoa.
I love that.
God
I'm
damn.
a huge fan of Poppy.
That's a Poppy. That's a pretty solid Poppy angle, if for no other reason than to just stop that Vi.
You stop the Vi, you provide a really solid frontliner. The Keeper's Verdict is going to be able to take out frontliners, and
oh fuck! I forgot he played that. Yeah, Spooky Man's got I think that's where it's going. He's got a nasty set.
It's gotta be. And I love seeing Spooky Man, because not only is it a great pick, I just love set here. You've picked 2 beefy frontliners, and the Alawi.
Yes. I'm interested.
IMIC has a great Alawi. My thing is, I don't love Alawi here. You have 3 poke champions. You have Set, who's going to grab you and just hurl you into your own team. You have Poppy, who's going to Keeper's Verdict you out. Alawi is here solely to be that side lane threat, right? You know the Orianna, the Xerath, the Caitlyn, the Poppy are all going to win a team fight, and Alawi is a queen of 1v1s. But my question is, how are Assassins going to try and pilot this? Because we saw IMIC was excellent team fights last game, but now I assume they're gonna focus on keeping the Alawi in the side lane and trying to take over otherwise.
Yeah, I'm interested. I saw the Alawi first and I was like, hell yes, that's awesome. But then I did start to think about like fight lines, where a lot of these people are gonna be, and you're gonna be up close with that Poppy and that Set, and we'll see, right? Because Set can pull you out of your area, your threat area, right? Where all your tentacles are. So it is going to be interesting. I do think it's going to come down to play-wise. Here is, by the way, predictions are live. Silent Assassins versus Stop, Drox, and Roll, game numero dos. Who will take it? Only time will tell. Okay, Xerath. I think banning Zyra, putting him on a Xerath, yes, still a very dangerous champion, still very powerful, but Zyra fucks with your engage. Zyra fucks with your engage. Xerath has 1 point of CC, but not nearly as disruptive as Zyra can be. I also want to say, early on, Buggleberry Finn cut their teeth as a making a name for themselves as an incredible drafter. And so there are some brilliant minds on both sides here. I'm very excited to see how all this comes playing out. Lophius, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. We are so happy to have you here tonight as we begin game 2 of this best of 3 series.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Zyra and Xerath are very similar, right? They're mage supports who are going to focus on poking you down. Zyra is more stylized to handle immediate dive, and I do think that is an angle for Silent Assassins. If they can spend all game with perfect flanks, you have the Vi and Lissandra coming from different angles, and attacking where Sivir and kind of abusing the fact that Sivir and Melia are going to go headfirst at them. You have Vi coming from one angle, you have Lissandra coming from another. But I do think Xerath prevents engage or dissuades. Where Zyra punishes engage, I think Xerath will want to dissuade and prevent it by just putting you at really low HP and making it a bad idea to go in, right? I feel like every League player has had a game where you're playing against a comp and you're like, okay, we're gonna fight for position and then we're gonna go in when we see the opportunity, and you're fighting for position, and then somehow enemy team, maybe they have like a Xerath or they have a Jace or they have a Caitlyn, right? And all of a sudden you're at like 20% of your HP bar, and going in is no longer a good idea at all,
right?
Because you've been getting poked at the entire time. I can definitely see that happening, right? It's going to be hard to find it's going to be hard to break through and engage past a Poppy and a Set. If there's two frontliners, I would have loved two frontliners, right? That I would love to see to try and stop a dive. It's Poppy and Set, right? And you're giving Caitlyn, Xerath, Orianna the space. Not to mention, Poppy and Set are pretty solid ball delivery services, all things considered.
That's a really good point. 100%. They can really get in there and cause some trouble. Now, Poached Guppy saying, plead the 5th, best Xerath in LBLCS history. How'd they let that through? We're going to see. Single best pocket pick in history. We are going to see. Poached Guppy, of course, has seen this before from plead the 5th. It's a known risk here, right? Banned in game 1, coming out in game 2. Oh, hi, Vega. Ooh, update algorithm hit 59%. Hell yeah, algorithm only getting stronger here. Ooh, Barty in the chat. Bear. Okay, I truly don't actually know what their name is supposed to be
Bear
because
TV.
It's got to be Bear TV, right? I was mocked. Oh, what did I say? Oh, I said Bart TV the first time they ever followed the stream. Bear has been cutting up some TikToks for us. So we've been cutting up the games that have been streamed this week, and Bear has been instrumental in putting those together. Bear, thank you so much. They say that I'm a cutie patootie, Vega's a cutie patootie, and of course Valentine's a cutie patootie. Well said, Bear.
Yeah. Now I will leave you with the stream as I go get some replenishments.
Excellent. What else is going on here? Praetorian says, oh man, Caitlyn Xerath is so annoying to deal with bot lane. Ain't that the fucking truth? But Silent Assassins knows what's up. I also want to say, this is an 8-week-long season. There is a long road to travel here, and it's going to be a road of many, many lessons. So it's all about what you take from these games and bring to the rest of your season. Vega says they have a gambling problem. Vega, buddy, you can't have a gambling problem because I don't either. And if neither of us have a gambling problem, how can that even be a problem? Praetorian, this first week of LBLCS has been so exciting. It has aged me. Likewise, my friend. First week, always a bit stressful behind the curtains. We're answering lots of questions. Locking Live, is it 8 weeks of regular season or does that include playoffs? My friend, it is 8 weeks of a regular season that culminates into an incredible playoff tournament. We go from best of 3 games to best of 5 games. Whole thing takes about 3 months, give or take, and we run it twice a year. And that is only possible by the incredible staff of the LBLCS, these beautiful volunteers, many of which are in the Twitch chat right now. And of course, our sponsors, Yerba Mate. It'll put demons in your blood. It'll make your brain go so fast that your mouth definitely can't keep up with it. I anticipate tripping up many, many words as the night goes on, and this caffeine takes hold of my soul and refuses to let go. Let's go. Actually better than the format in the LCS? Aw, shucks. Thank you so much. Listen, we're just a ragtag group on a mission to do something fun, do something cool. Poached Guppy, cheering for Plead the Fifth. Barty wants Vega to come and watch in community. I don't know if Vega will be able to. Once again, Vega is standing next to the algorithm, wearing a smoking jacket, gently stroking the clear dome in which it is currently contained in. That is, of course, a protective security device that a lot of effort has gone to keep the algorithm away from other parts of the internet, lest it learn too much about what humanity truly is. Very frightening. Please don't say gently stroke. Good note. Good note, frightening. We're gonna work on that. Once again, going to blame the caffeine a little bit. Nah, I probably would have said that anyways. Okay. Have I messed up the transition? We're gonna treat the stream real gently because it crashed before. So we're gonna turn things off one at a time. Here goes the music. If it crashes, we'll be right back. Success. Okay, perfect. Now I will bring up Streamlabs. I will now press in-game. Come on. Yes. Okay. We are safe for now. Does this music work? That doesn't work. Ooh, okay, that works. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. Buckle up, folks, as we get ready for Game 2 of Stop, Drox, and Roll versus the Silent Assassins. Who is gonna take this match? Will we maybe see a Game 3? It's certainly possible. There was some real go fuck yourself moments in Game 1. Look at this, level 1 invade. These guys know exactly what's up, but Silent Assassins is ready for it. A classic 5-point defense is gonna get the rest of the team out of there. Uh-oh, I don't know if I'll be able to turn this song off. Okay, all right. We're good. Welcome back, Valentine. Nothing crazy happened. Probably. Sorry, I lied. Cryptic, finding themselves in a 1v1/2/maybe 4. They found their way out. Poached Guppy really hyping up this Zerath, and I'm not gonna lie, I am too. I only have pretty intense memories about this Zerath. It really broke a lot of jaws, and around season 4 or 3.
Ooh, I think it was what did Fifth play in executive or?
Yeah, the leagues were a little bit. I mean, they were actually very different.
I know. Yeah, when I started back in my day. Which was also back in your day.
Yes.
It was economy, executive, and CEO. That was my first season in season 3. Because I remember the name Plead the Fifth from way back then.
Look at this great start. Look at that fucking creativity from Silent Assassins. Just the bravery to be up there in that forward bush. They get some nice early poke on. Let's see if they can make use of it. The game has paused, and I'm very nervous. Okay, we're good.
And I mean, they're just using the information they had, right? They knew, they saw, I'm sure they heard it from their teammate Cryptic, in the form of like, why are there 4 people mid lane?
Right.
They know that they're gonna leash. They know they're not gonna be in that bush. And since you know, they're like, well, we're not leashing, so we can sit in this bush and get some free damage, free early damage.
Right.
Obviously, they don't have crazy CC or crazy damage early anything for a kill, but it's very important, and I think it's gonna be heavily needed when they're playing against this poke lane of Caitlyn Xerath. Every bit of HP is going to matter.
100%. I'm a little bit nervous that the stream pauses whenever there's a lot of animation.
Okay, to be fair, that's also happening on my client.
Okay,
so
good. Hard to tell what is the fault of that poor little indie company, and what's on us. I'm sorry. Am I getting razzed for saying Xerath? Is that wrong? How do other people say it?
I believe they are expecting Xerath or I think they're expecting Xerath.
Hey, fuck you guys. I'm gonna get real confrontational up here. A little bit of a fight happening up here in the top lane. That's gonna be the ghost getting pulled out by the Alawi. Good look from I'm Ice.
Yeah. And this is where I stand. A lot of League phonetic issues are just as simple as where you're from when you say them, and Xerath is a really good example, because it's like you either say Xerath or you say Xerath, and they're both right. Honestly, if you ask me, Xerath, it's kind of wrong. It sounds like you're using an I or an E where the A is supposed to be, and that just doesn't seem right.
100%. Oh, look at this invade right here. Buckleberry fan, a great headbutt against the wall, Noggin, a little bit of trouble, a good flash. They know they can't dash just yet. They waited out with the flash in front. Buckleberry Finn knew exactly what was up, and they are chasing them down. Noggin going quite low right here. They're going to get it. Maybe one more auto does it, and that's first blood for Buckleberry Finn. What persistence. The foresight for the flash in front of the channel. That was peak strategy.
That flash from Buggle was gorgeous because it was instant, right? You have to predict when is Vi going to release this Q, and Buggle didn't even think about it twice, right? That was amazing, and I think that's really impressive. And Buggle's like, I think between game one, his like proactivity game one, hey, it's unfortunate that Stop, Drox, and Roll has to randomize rolls anytime they lose, because Buggles is putting on a clinic in the jungle, unless, of course, they don't lose any games.
That's true. We'll see if that's gonna come to fruition, because honestly, Silent Assassins got real close last game. But yes, it is all rigged. You guys are right. We rigged the whole fucking thing. Noggin. Oh, good shot there from Plead the Fifth. Just lands the CC at the right moment.
Yeah, it's rigged in the way that we we're not actually low budget. I hate to break it to you guys.
Yeah.
We replace Buggle's hands with new ones, like new younger ones. Every
look
season.
at this. Here we go. Not level 6 just yet. Alawi. Oh, wow. That was a great knock against the wall. Very, very clean from Buggleberry Finn. A lot of damage, too, from Alawi. That was a surprising amount of damage onto Set there.
It is a sign of things to come, my friend. It is. I think both top laners are playing characters. I think in both so far.
That's level 6 for
series.
Cryptic right there. He gets level 6. Mighty Fool being very, very patient with it. Good move from Cryptic. Look at that. Ball's not maybe in the place that Mighty Fool wants it. A great gank from Silent Assassins. Flash away. Is Mighty Fool going to get away with this? Oh my god, he gets out. Holy shit. Absolutely nuts.
Second very, very good flash we've seen from Mighty Fool. We saw the first one to dodge the Yone ult in game 1, and that one, his ult was perfect, and the movement was perfect. It was just a beautiful escape from the Orianna. You know you're super vulnerable because Orianna's not super mobile. You have to use that flash very well, and that's what we're seeing from the Mighty Fool.
Yeah, that was pretty substantial right there. 2 kills to 0 right now. We've got a slight lead for Stop, Drox, and Roll. Just sort of taking in the sights right here. We've got a kill for Buggle. We've got a kill for a Spooky Man. But I'm not going to lie to you, Valentine. Game 1 has really affected my perception of Game 2 and what is possible despite all leads.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw multiple amazing team fights from Silent Assassins, and the strength of their team fights wasn't just like, I think we've seen a lot of teams that like come back from deficits just because they're really good at the scrappy random team fights. Silent Assassins were winning team fights because they took they took them at really good times and took them with amazing coordination. This is just a team that I feel like no matter what the deficit is, their communication is stable. They're just like, I think something I mentioned way at the beginning is like they're just doing their best to play the game right. And I think one of the things in any competitive anything, if you're playing your game the right way, you can probably get away with a lot of things that certain teams may not be able to.
100%, absolutely. Keep your eye on the prize. Oh, look at this. Wrapping around from Buggleberry Finn here. Nice waiting for those minions to be cleared so that he can approach out of sight. Gonna start backing, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Let's see what they can pull up. Cryptic gonna go in. Fights on 2 fronts happening right here. Cryptic going up. That's gonna be the ult right there, but a massive Orianna ult. There we go. The Vi ult to follow up as well. He's Mighty Fool trying to get a kill onto Cryptic in the last second. One more Otter should do it, but Mighty Fool a little bit faster. He does have to pull back, and Noggin will beat him to death in the mid lane with their fists. Andy Van... Sorry, A. Vandy says, who's Drox, and why must they be stopped? Hey, Drox, you still in the chat out of curiosity? And maybe you could explain why you have to be stopped. It's for a good reason, Vandy. But you're asking the right questions, and that is what is most important.
Yeah, I'm very big on asking the right questions. And I mean, I think that's exactly what you want when you're going against like the very immobile laners like an Orianna. You got the flash, go back again. The flash is down. And it was very scary because Mighty had an amazing shockwave, and something tells me if he had just walked away, there's a chance he lives. Who knows? But also almost gets the kill, got Cryptic's flash, and I think we might see Buggle in the mid lane because of that sooner or later.
Yes. No, absolutely. I think you're spot on about that. Dragon number 1 is up. Has not been taken yet. We saw an incredibly early Soul last game. Can't even really remember the time, but it was really early 20 minutes. That's for sure. Always a breath-holding moment when Cryptic casts that Lissandra ability. You never know if they're going to go in.
It's, is it Frozen Advance? No, Frozen Advance, no.
I trust your mind over mine.
Arctic Assault is Sejuani Q.
They're aptly named abilities.
Very. I think hers is Frozen. I'm looking at it. I wasn't going to look it up before, but I'm going to.
Hell yeah, we have to have our answers, and these guys have got to have this Rift Herald over the wall from Noggin right here. Buggleberry Finn looking to run away, but look at this. The jaws of the trap being closed right here. Cryptic gonna walk up. They do have a target, but that's the Poppy ult, eliminating 2 members. Cryptic now has to decide, are they gonna go in with no vision? No, they're not. They're gonna pull back. That's what maturity looks like, folks. Pulling back when you don't have vision. They're gonna clear out this pink right here. A Spooky Man is in the neighborhood. Ooh, Cryptic goes over the wall. Peeks Spooky Man right there, but they don't lose their eye on the prize. They want the Rift Herald. Mighty Fool coming around. Now, they lost an early dragon fight last game because of this setup right here in the pit with the Orianna ball, with the shockwave that is live. Orianna ult is a possibility. Nice pull there from I'm Ice.
I think that'll do it. Yeah, that'll keep them off of it. I completely unrelated side note. When you said that's maturity,
yes,
pulling away.
Yes.
I was very like concerned you weren't going to say away. I thought you were going to say pulling out, and considering the previous context of statements on the stream, it would have been very funny.
I apologize. I'd like to begin my apologizing right now. Yeah, I honestly can't remember what I said or what I didn't say.
I think you said pulling away.
All right, perfect. Luckily, this definitely isn't being recorded or being put on YouTube, so we don't have to have any concerns about that. God, Plead the Fifth absolutely nailing these abilities. Nice, great follow-up right there. God, the poke out of this lane is just nuts. What is the cooldown on that Q?
Way too low, personal opinion.
Y'all are so weird. I do love you, but you're all real strange folks. But I can't blame you. We've cultivated this community exactly the way that we wanted to, and you guys are all in the right place.
And
Teleport coming through. Oh, just up to the top lane. They are going to turn this dragon over. God damn it, the bit writes itself.
I saw the bit. I had to contain myself.
Jesus.
I didn't want to laugh and throw you off.
Oh, Praetorian, back to what you were saying before. I'll definitely fucking fight you. I'll fight you in a Denny's parking lot. I haven't forgotten about this, and I won't drop it. It's going to happen. Sorry, I know that was a 20-minute ago conversation.
No worries. I also wanted to piggyback. Earlier, Praetorian dissed me by saying because I'm from Texas and our accents are quite awful, that my opinion on pronunciations doesn't matter. And what I have to say to that is that you should do yourself on over to a trash can.
Yeah, fucking tell him. Dude, Valentine, you want to get in on this fight? Well,
absolutely.
All right, let's gank Praetorian. Okay, it's gonna happen. Watch out, Praetorian. We're coming.
We're on our way.
LBLCS is a. Yeah, exactly. We're casting from a train right now. We're coming.
We're on the way.
Back to this game of League of Legends, about a 2,000 gold lead for stop, Drox, and roll. This is not game one, right? We are not seeing stop, Drox, and roll pull scarily ahead. I believe it was like 11-1 at one point. Detective
11-1.
Waiting in the bush right there. That's some CC onto Bigfoot. Melio. A little bit split.
Melio started the trade, but took more damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous bot lane right here, and the whole team, almost all of Stop, Drox, and Roll down here, missing the top laner, of course. Nice, and back and forth. Plead the fifth. That's a teleport. That's the ult from Sivir, but Poppy walked away, actually. Cryptic looking to get this kill. That's the exhaust. They want Plead the fifth out of this fight. He's causing too much trouble, and they've done it. Cryptic has to flash away right there. What a great play. Oh, is that the return? Almost. Good body block from Sivir. Now Poppy coming down into the fight, and the Alawi ult coming through. Massive damage. I'm icy, no mana, but going forward, the flash away, bringing the Vi maybe deeper than Noggin wanted to go. Actually, the Q missed for some reason right there. There's a little bit of movement, and look at Shelly doing their best to find their way back. Noggin on the other side of this wall right here. Damage. Oh, health bar's going quite low. Noggin might be the next one to go down. That's a double kill for Poppy. They will get the Rift Herald charge, but at a cost.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Rift Herald charge. They got the kill on Plead the Fifth, but now we're in a situation again where Buggle, as the early facilitator, has 3 kills. And on all 3 of those kills, Mighty has been there. I'm very interested to see, because Mighty and Buggle have been honestly a pretty dynamite duo so far in these few games. And I think, especially when
Buggle wants it, the flash for, oh my god.
Turning it up.
Buggle's on a tear. On an absolute tear.
Great game, yeah. There's only so much you can say. I mean, he's having an excellent game. The proactivity's there. He's almost done with his jungle item. He's got his first item. He may not have a unbelievable lead like he did last game. I think last game at some point he had 8.2k to Vi's 3.6 or something like that. It was a ridiculous lead. Not as big of a lead this time, but now he's got more of that kind of weight on his shoulders. He seems to be going for a big damage build. He's got the Divine Sunner. He's got the Dark Harvest as well. I'm really interested to see, because now he's in the top side. Is he going to do something to help against this Alawi? Only time is going to tell.
Absolutely.
Because I think everybody's tried to gank an Alawi with ult before.
Yeah, over the wall, and the Ori. Oh my god, that was clean. I mean,
nothing like dying from Fog of War, you know?
That was just efficient. Hot damn.
That is frustrating from one side, efficient for the other.
Cryptic going for Buggleberry Finn. That's going to be the knockup. That's going to be the Poppy ult as well, but they really want this, trying to kill him before Spooky Man shows up. That's a low health bar onto Buggleberry Finn. He gets taken down, and now it's a 3v1 once again, but Mighty Fool walking forward. That's going to be a lot of damage coming down onto Cryptic, but Cryptic does live, just walks to the wall. Health bar going down quite low, gets taken out by Zerath in the end. Now Noggin and I'm Ice turning on a Mighty Fool. That's a 2-for-1 in favor of Silent Assassins.
they're keeping this game even. They're making sure I think they've caught Buggle in rotation, which is, I think that's exactly what they wanted to do, right? When you have a jungler that's super active, I think one of the best and one of the most underrated ways to kind of shut them down is to try to catch them when they're getting ready to gank a lane, right?
Yes.
Catch them while they're farming, catch them while they're just trying to go about their daily activity and things like that.
Oh my god, they
like
baited the
Sivir.
spell shield. Holy shit.
They do
Zarap
not
taking
like
their
Sivir.
time. Woo! That was
Yeah,
slick as hell.
yeah.
That
I
was
mean,
really,
I'm
really
excited to see
clever.
the Plead the Fifth- I'm excited to see the plead the fifth numbers, right? You sap away the spell shield. You say either tank the Xerath key or tank the headshot. And if you don't tank either, you're going to be way too low to survive all the Xerath ults. And that's part of my worry with this Sivir, right? She's going not. I think. Well, have you seen the new it doesn't seem like they're building it, but there is a new Sivir build that is supposed to be like a evolved form of the lethality build.
No.
And so long ago, it's Static Shiv, Black Cleaver, Duskblade.
Interesting.
Where you focus on using your Q to poke, and since you have the Static Shiv, you can use your autos to wave clear. I don't think that's what's happening here, considering that they have lethal tempo
Sure.
and two have BF and Phage, which I think builds into. I don't know. I don't know what item that
Oh, here we go.
builds into.
2v1 right here. Buggleberry Finn getting picked. Let's see if they can finish him off. That Poppy quite hard to kill. A great interrupt from Noggin right there. And oh my god, Buggleberry Finn is so hard to get to take down. Forcing a flash and a Vi ult. They get him in the end, but trading a summoner spell for it. Buggle's probably
And the mid
pretty
turret.
happy about that. And a mid turret. Buying lots of time. I gotta say, Silent Assassins are making some excellent proactive plays around the map. We have seen multiple roams and picks. They are not just allowing Stop, Drox, and Roll to gain advantages and keep them. Stop, Drox, and Roll is really having to work for it. But I want to point out, what we saw in game 1 was very early Soul going over to Stop, Drox, and Roll. And now there are 2 dragons on the back of Stop, Drox, and Roll. Silent Assassins needs to stop this dragon push. Got it roughly 3 minutes until the next one spawns. We'll see what happens then.
Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting because I think Silent Assassin's comp is, I think, very capable of fighting these. As I say that, Plead the Fifth is
Just a monster. Being called the Babe Ruth of, let's see here, Poppy ult coming through. What targets will it hit? Nice, it was a bait right there. Cryptic going over the wall. Detective Purple gets taken out. That's a flash away. It does look like a retreat. That's going to be Noggin getting slammed against the wall. Buggleberry Finn really knows what's up. A good flash from Noggin right there. Good knockback. That's Cryptic ult being used defensively. Silent Assassin gets out as unscathed as you could ask. I'm Icy. Starting a duel right here with Spooky Man. Spooky Man really dodging these abilities back and forth, left and right. A lot of action on the map right here. A great push from Stop, Drox, and Roll.
He learned his lesson from the Yone ults, right? And these are like long rectangles. It's like the same hitbox.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So he said, I got hit by the Yone ults enough, and it seems like Buggle's going to take a crack at this lane. I'm very interested to see how this goes.
Look at this. Talk about picks.
There
Now
it
it's
is.
going to be I'm Icy getting picked right here. Look at that
Just
damage.
kill.
Oh my god, and over the wall, Plead the Fifth. Oh, the train ride all across. Lots of objectives right there. Vi continuing the fight. Bigfoot flashing over the wall. The question is, can
And
they
he's
cut them
trying
down?
to get to-
Buggleberry Finn coming around. They're going to go for Bigfoot. Poppy ult does not hit anything. Detective Purple up here in the front line. Can they get it? Yes, that auto does it. Now Cryptic's here. Now it's more members of Silent Assassins right here. Huge, huge, huge rotations. Huge fights. The gold lead's still in favor of Stop, Drox, and Roll, but Baron is on the table. This is the time. The jungler's dead. Your Alawi's respawning. Maybe they'll have teleport by then. They are going to start this Baron. Spooky Man walking down. Mighty Fool walking up as well. Can they do it and fight these two members of Stop, Drox, and Roll? Let's see. Spooky Man coming around. Lots of low health targets. That's an Orianna ult that whiffs. Doesn't hit anybody right there. They turn on to Spooky Man. That's a massive shield, though. Xerath here as well. They are going to take down. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Spooky Man will not be silenced. Oh, my goodness. They lived. That was incredible.
I'm gobsmacked. I have no words. That was.
I think
You could
Xerath,
not ask.
Xerath died and had enough time to get back within ult range. That was just enough time to be in a dangerous, dangerous position. Wow.
That was gorgeous. It was such a mix of the two things. You had, I think, could not have played that better from Spooky Man, from the Mighty Fool, but it's just the timing was perfect. Plead the Fifth able to come back, drop the ult.
Alawi maybe in some trouble right here. The CC lands. Even with no vision, Plead the Fifth is hitting all of this stuff, and they just brought the whole team. They're not even risking it. Dragon is their real objective, and if they can get a pick before it, they're going to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, that is the key issue, I think, with Alawi in this comp when it comes to the team fights. For a majority of that fight, until Bokuberry Finn ran up and pressed E, Alawi was in range to hit no one. And her threat range was greatly kind of denied, and they're going to get this third Drake, and Silent Assassins are going to trade Soul Point for the tower.
Yeah, absolutely. You take what you can get in a situation like this. They get that standing gold, but the Dragon is going to get picked up. I see Vi in the top lane. Maybe they want another pick. Boy, these two teams have been picking each other a lot. Really good play, but look at the damage coming out from Spooky Man. This guy's an absolute terror. He's going to have to go back in, get that knockup. The rest of the team's showing up. There's the Vi ult right there, but Spooky Man, he did them to this right in Baron Pit. He is so hard to take down, but in the end, he does fall. That guy's scary as fuck. Poppy?
I think, yeah, just trying to see if they can take someone out of the fight and then go in. I actually like this strategy a lot.
Look at this. It's a trap. It's a prank. They've got him right against the wall. That's Cryptic getting locked up right there. So much damage coming out with the Ori ult as well. Cryptic has to flash over the wall. That is everything dropped on them, taking out two targets immediately.
And I think it's their turn to do the Baron.
Yeah, I think that you are right. Oh my God. Xerath coming in. That's one that hits right there. That's another. Oh my goodness. This, I mean, the placement of these Xerath ults, the pacing of it, Plead the Fifth does not rush to slam them out. He takes his time. He's an artist.
It's calculated. Exactly what you'd want to see from someone whose Xerath has been as highly touted as Plead the Fifth.
Absolutely.
They didn't
Coach
end up
Guppy's
taking the
losing
Baron.
it.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They're in the area, but they're not doing it yet. And this is a nice split here from Malawi, getting another tower. Now, Baron is on the table, but I think that in the comms, Stop, Drox, and Roll is definitely saying, soul, 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 soul. No need to flip a Baron when we can comfortably zone them out for a soul. And, oh, Spooky Man. Spooky Man wants this. They're feeling themselves. They know. I mean, God, that fight around Baron Pit, living with God only knows how much HP. Truly, truly incredible.
And I think it's a common thing among top laners, especially if you had as good of a game as Spooky did last game, and as kind of balling out like he's doing in this game, there's a certain confidence you carry yourself with, no matter who might be approaching the side lane. If you think it's just you and Alawi, you're like, hey, I've won this fight before. I'll do it again. Who's going to stop me?
Oh my God, the poke is insane.
Hey, Caitlyn, Xerath, Orianna, and these, and Xerath himself, I expect that Plead the Fifth is currently going to be leading a lot of supports in damage per minute.
I think that you're right. Third place on the damage map last game was Plead the Fifth. And I'll say this, the professionalism of Plead the Fifth's Xerath does not come in him doing anything crazy, you know? It's just that he's hitting all of his abilities. It's super consistent. We've seen multiple kills that have just been like all three basic abilities getting nailed, and we've seen some really impressive Xerath ults be part of some important plays. There's a level advantage here. Okay, Alawi is going to go for it. Let's see. They're going to be pulled away. I'm Icy walking back. That's a teleport coming through. That's the ult. Oh my god, that's so much damage. I'm Icy does go down in the end. Cryptic trying to go for the kill. They do need to find the target. Can they ward that bush? They need the vision. And Buggleberry Finn is coming on the way too. That's a level 13. Oh my god. That pick, that response. Buggleberry Finn being in the right place at the right time. It's just beautiful.
He's everywhere. He's omnipotent, this can. Jeez.
It certainly feels like it. Buggle has been part of the lion's share of these kills.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about... I mean, Buggle is obviously balling out this game. I didn't realize how high Mighty's kill partition was. He has, he's made it 14 out of 19. I thought Poppy was going to be a lot higher. But 14 out of 19 kills for the Mighty Fool. Who has been extremely consistent this series, right? The Orianna has been a great pick because it just seems like he's not really getting shaken in any way, shape, or form. You know, we saw the 2 ganks, back-to-back ganks in the mid lane, doing a great job evading, and don't have my objective timers on.
They're not all they're cracked up to be.
Is that so? Do you also not have them on?
They're on. They're just glitching sometimes. Sometimes it's working. Sometimes it's not. Hard to tell if that's the client, but it probably is. And here it is. This is the soul. Look at the trap lines that's been set out. They know they want this. Buggleberry Finn running up, getting that CC onto Noggin. Nice blast cone. There's the Zerath ult. This is a lot of damage that could come out. Look at the patience right there. Just looking for target groupings. This guy is an artillery specialist, buying them a lot of time. Noggin going around, but already at half health, getting pulled back in right there, having to flash away. The question is, can they find a target? That's going to be Dragon down to half health right there. Now, yeah, they kill the ghost, but the goal is this Dragon. They want that soul, and it looks like they get it. Hex Tech Soul on stop, Drox, and roll. And Silent Assassins do pull off. I'm Icy, maybe in some trouble. Buggleberry Finn looking for a headbutt right there. Look at Plead the Fifth. Plead the Fifth frontlining in a crazy position, but Cryptic gets taken out by Mighty Fool at the last second right there. I'm Icy gets the ghost, but gets taken out as well. That's a double kill. Mighty Fool flashing over Plead the Fifth on a killing spree. Noggin is next, taken out, and now Plead the Fifth and Mighty Fool trying to cut their path to escape. Plead the Fifth running. Oh my god! Running under the tower to get that final kill, and that is a full-bodied ace as Stop, Drox, and Roll push their way to the inhibitor turrets on the bot side.
I mean, it's what we've kind of been alluding to the whole game. Stop, Drox, and Roll. I mean, the main thing with Pokemon is that they got there first. You saw the Caitlyn had every entrance trapped. And what probably didn't even go look is that, like, they tried to reroute and come through the river, and by the time they had, like, maybe a window come in, Bigfoot had already set another line of traps on that side of the river. It's just it feels like, even for a team that is obviously going to swap their roles of a game, this feels practice. It's the type of synergy you get when you've been playing with the same people for so long. This level of being just the communication, the setup, the ability to kind of put everything together is right now unmatched. It's not being matched by Silent Assassins.
100%. And this is a team that has played together a lot. They've played multiple seasons. They keep coming back into the LBLCS and putting variations on how they play the game, and just re-rolling these roles is the way they're doing this season. But they've got to lose first. It's gotta happen. Hot damn. Baron next on the plate. Silent Assassins taking their time. This is a 10k gold lead right here, and they are leveraging it for Baron. They want to end this game. They know that game one maybe a little bit spicier than they wanted it to be. Teleport coming in, Noggin in this bush, running into a Spooky Man right here. Red side teleport coming through. That's going to be Caitlyn ult being dropped as well. Spooky running forward. Cryptic here as well. This is the whole team. Zerath ult being used. That's 2 ults right there. I'm Icy not able to pull out that soul just yet. Getting a quick channel in. Who's backing there? Nope. Oh, yes, it's Alawi. And they are back to the Baron, starting up this objective once again. Trap line going down. Bigfoot doing their due diligence. And they're saying, hey, let's trade Baron for a pick. An immediate ult from Spooky Man right away. That's a flash forward from Cryptic.
I don't know if this
using
is what they
Lissandra ult. A 3v1. Can they take out Spooky? They're bringing a fourth because it's important, because look at the damage. He takes out one. At the very least, there it is. More CC is needed. And finally, they take Spooky down a 1-for-1. But Baron is traded as well.
Yeah, that is a 1-for-1 plus Baron. I think Stop Drox and Roll are fine with that trade. They are firing on all cylinders. I mean, I love the play of just, hey, send our very, very strong member, potentially their strongest member, to the top lane. Let him push, let him attract attention. If they ignore him, we get the turn. If they don't ignore him, we get the Baron, right? Easy trade for them to make. And
100%.
we saw the power of the Xerath as well before the Baron even started.
Oh,
Leave
Detective Purple.
Detective Purple alone.
Yeah, come on. Let them be. Kabos says it well. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we plead the fifth. That is what this performance has earned today. Plead the fifth. Been an absolute terror. Lots of great plays all over the place. Buggleberry, an incredible performance in the jungle. They're being very patient, taking this inhib down. This is textbook Baron usage. All 3 inhibs are down. And look at a Spooky Man in the bottom lane, running forward to get that bottom lane pushing. And in a minute and 20 seconds, Elder, the tool that ended game 1, is going to be back on the table.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we're seeing the same. I think the respect is here from Stop Drox Roll. They saw what Silent Assassins were able to do when they kept overextending, right? When they kept overextending, Silent Assassins punished them well, but now they're like, hey, we're still gonna look for fights.
Buggle gets the headbutt right there, looking for another angle, making another play, takes Cryptic out of the fight. Detective Purple having to run away too. Noggin coming around on the backside, absolutely incredible, but a Spooky Man doing the same, forcing Kanji off, but Sivir is living through it. Noggin gets taken down, and Xerath trying to snipe it. Artillery expert plead the fifth, coming in hot, getting the target, gets the Kaiji. Detective Purple too, and that is it. Baron empowered minions. Stop Drox and Roll are going to take this series in 2. What an incredible game.
What an excellent performance from Stop Drox and Roll. They knew Silent Assassins were fighters. They knew that they were going to be able to contest him when they needed to. So they said, get Spooky Man on that fighter. Get Plead his Xerath. Get Buggle on a playmaker and let them go to work. What an insane game from them.
Wow. Spooky Man topping the damage charts again. Two games in a row here. Absolutely wild. An incredible series. Let's see if we can get one of the members of Stop Drox and Roll on the cast here for a quick little interview. In for an interview. We'll see if we can get some insight to the comms. Gotta say, hats off to Silent Assassins, though. They played an incredible series. A absolutely buck wild comeback in game 1. I think we're going to see a lot of great things from them as the season progresses. But this is a fearsome lineup for Stop Drox and Roll. I am really interested to see what happens if they lose, right? Maybe not if they lose. I mean, this is looking pretty good. This also isn't their main lineup. Plead the Fifth is a sub. This is not a guy you're going to see playing maybe every game. So this is a special treat for the stream for you guys.
I'm interested. So when Drox comes back in lineup, he'll slot into where Plead the Fifth is, or will they re-roll with Drox there now?
That's a good question. That's something that we can ask.
Let me.
Droxer says, "My boys made me proud." They absolutely did. A spooky man up in here with a nice little purple heart. Oh, I will give you guys your schmeckles. Choosing the outcome. Stop, Drox, and roll. They took it. Take your money, please. Join me in a standing ovation for the top laner of Stop, Drox, and Roll, a spooky man. Thank you so much for joining us here on the cast.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Fantastic cast. We caught the end of both of them, and we were just as hyped reliving it with you guys narrating it. So great work.
Oh shucks,
Thank
Spooky, give us a little bit of insight to the comms of Stop, Drox, and Roll. We know that you've repurposed an already reimagining of League of Legends. You guys have looked at it and said, we're going to make it into a roguelite. We want to add the elements of randomized rolls. How does this iteration feel to you guys? Because it's looking tight.
It feels great. The wheel is all-knowing and powerful. We adhere to whatever the wheel tells us. Every time we lose a game, an official game, we re-roll positions. And so honestly, it was the biggest motivator. I was pretty fucking juiced today. Pardon my French. I was pretty juiced today, feeling really good up in the top lane because I want to keep playing top lane. And I know if I lose, I might get support. I might get jungle. Could you imagine if I play jungle? Man, you can't play Kled in the jungle, man. So
you can try.
You could certainly try. I have tried, and it is not fun.
Yeah, it's not great.
But as for what our comms were like, Plead was a delight to have him in there. Shout out to him for jumping in and helping us out while Drox moves across the country. He was a very calming presence in the chat. Doesn't say much, but when he does, it's usually something epic. And most of the game, we talk about the game 50% of the time. The other 50% of the time, we're usually just like blaming everything on Mighty. Like if you miss a cannon, it's Mighty's fault.
Probably is. Yeah.
If you get ganked, it was because Mighty didn't ward for you. It's usually Mighty's fault, regardless of what position he's playing. So that's what 50% of the comms are about. Yeah, and that's also why second game we were just like, Mighty, we're picking you Orianna first pick. Like I don't care if you get countered. This is just what you're playing, and he popped off. He had a great Orianna performance. So
credit to Mighty. He was really hard to kill on Orianna, which is a character I think that is very easy to gank.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, so I have to ask, did Buggle utilize his ability to like read people's minds to just be everywhere on the map, or was that something different?
A little bit. I think we were in their head. I think after game one, they were playing a bit on the back foot. We just kind of lucked out that, that game one, we snowballed pretty out of control. I got the push and just their jungler happened to be right where I placed the ward down, and I just got the flash over the wall and get the first blood. And from then on, Nagin, we felt like he was playing a little hesitant. But yeah, I mean, big shout out to Buggle. He popped off in the jungle. He basically was calling at all points in the game where they were moving and whatnot, which makes it when you're laning super easy. When it's just like you can just brain off and just like zug and just charge at them, knowing where their jungler is.
Nothing's more liberating as a top laner than your jungler telling you that the enemy jungler's not anywhere near you.
Exactly. And speaking of top lane, I want to give a shout out to the top laner. I do not know how to pronounce his name.
Icy is what my best guess was.
I like that. I'm gonna go with that. I'm Icy. He was Icy. Game one, I would be so beyond tilted if right off the bat an enemy snowballing top laner gets red buff and first blood off of invade and then comes back to lane, and I'm playing Yone, like, who struggles early. He was so good at the Yone that game one, that literally game two, like we go into the draft and they were like, yeah, what do we want to ban here? And I was like, if we get to the second rotation, they haven't picked it, we are banning Yone. because this guy, if I'm not playing Kled, like I don't think that game goes so well because he was honestly wrecking me even when I was so far ahead.
Dude,
So
I have in my notes, top lane fever. I'm icy. Very scary. Just like you guys had a great back and forth, especially in that game 1. I don't know if I'm right about this, but I think he had the highest damage in game 1, and you were like 45 damage behind him, and then you topped the damage charts in game 2. So you were massive damage across both games. But that first game was fucking wild.
Game 1, I was up by 100 DPS. I have the
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we were literally
100.
neck and neck. Yeah, 100
One
damage.
auto attack.
That's one auto attack in the late game. Exactly. If I hadn't like thrown a Q and like tried to KS the last kill, he would have beat me by damage wise, and he deserved it. Like he really popped off, which is why again we kind of threw some target bans at him. Alawi. I'm gonna shout out I'm Leap from a bunch of seasons ago. We played each other in the top lane all the time, and he was an Alawi one trick. Used to be Alawi Wowie, and then they renamed to I'm Leap. And so I have a lot of experience playing against Alawi, so that matchup I felt really, really comfortable in. So that game 2 was kind of, at game 2 we were also we were kind of snowballing all over the map. But game 1, I mean, he really gave me a run for my money up there in the top lane. So really want to shout him out. And I think they're gonna do great. I think they're once they kind of get some of their picks down. I think this team is going to be really good because you look at that game 1, we were up so much gold and they were still winning team fights.
Dude, it was crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. They're going to be a really
Silent Assassins are
team.
Fucking scary.
Yeah, they're going to be like a couple of silent assassins.
Well, the next time you guys are even going to be able to see them will be in the playoffs. So we'll
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, to rematching them in the playoffs, and getting to get a little icy in the top lane. I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah. Well, Spooky, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations again on the win.
Stop, Drox, and roll, baby.
Stop, Drox, and roll.
A fantastic. Thank you all. Valentine, first of all, thank you for joining me on this cast. You absolutely crushed it. Praetorian has joined the chat. What's up, Praetorian? You have something you'd like to say to stream?
I'm ready. I'm ready to square up.
Oh, Praetorian! I forgot. Praetorian's here to fucking fight us. Dude, let's go.
That totally left my mind.
Let me get my knuckle dusters. Let me get out here.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out that there's gonna be a bunch of admins at LCS finals this weekend, and we may or may not have some LBLCS merch. So, come and find us.
If you can hunt down the LBLCS admins, you'll get a reward for it.
Ruffian's gonna be wearing a Panther Corps jersey with his name on it, which should be fairly easy. And I have found one of those "Hello, my name is" stickers to put on my shirt. So. Yeah, we'll be there. Let's see who else. Who else? So Ruffian and I will be there. Less Force will be there. Right? Vega will be there.
Yes.
Plenty of other LBLCS members will be there. But come find this.
Hell to the yeah. I can't wait to hear about the final stories from this weekend. Hell yeah. And I look forward.
There's a thread open in the community channel.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So if you're there, please let us know. We'll put down where we end up going after finals on Saturday, like what restaurants and bars we'll be at. So we'll let you know. And yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah, little LBLCS hangout.
There's no Denny's in Newark. I already checked.
Yeah, you gotta take a peek at the very least. Incredible. All right, folks, we are going to raid. What do we got going on here? It looks like there is a league in their grand finals, so we're gonna do a little raid over there. It's the polite thing to do. Oh God, there's a lot of. Dang, how do I spell?
Also, random shout out, if you've scrolled down on the LBLCS stream recently, all these cool little buttons to click on. Shout out to Full Metal for those.
Yes, 110%. Let's go Full Metal.
Dude, my brain is broken. Aegis. Say it with me.
Aegis.
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 Beautiful.
Or Zerath would be like
Hey,
Aegis.
fuck you, dude. Let's fucking throw down. All right. Thank you all so much. This is probably our last stream of the weekend. Catch us again next week with more LBLCS content. Thank you so much to Vega. Praetorian, thank you. A Spooky Man coming along. Congratulations to Stop, Drox, and Rolls. Silent Assassins, congratulations as well. First match of the season. Excited to see where y'all go. My name is LaChance. You will catch us next week right here. Peace out, folks.